Maybe you can skip this section if you want, or if you enjoy my rants, or you just want to hear this guy, like, hate society, then you can listen if you want. We have to explain why you are not masculine already, because this is a new concept for men to be raised and not turn into men. Legally, you might be a man, but you're not. The majority of men are not men, they're guys. This isn't manhood, this is guyhood. For some reason, I always have this level of hatred. Yeah, guys are weak. But then I started to ask myself why. And I realized it's not necessarily a guy's fault that he's weak and he's feminine. Now, of course, as men, we should take responsibility for our actions. But if you've been raised in a certain way which has led you to this point, is it really your fault, or is there an enemy at hand? And forgive me for sounding crazy, but there is an enemy, and there is a war on masculinity. There absolutely is a war on masculinity and testosterone. From the moment of birth, you are conditioned. You are conditioned to be weak and feminine and submissive. You enter the school system as a legal requirement. And what's very interesting is our perception of school, it has to be a little bit positive because, yeah, education's really important. But you don't really learn that much in school. You aren't taught important things that you actually need to be a good, functioning human being. All of school is just a big act of conditioning for you to be submissive and to follow the instructions of the authority figure, so that as soon as you turn 18 or whatever age it is in your country, you're ready to enter the workforce as a submissive pawn in the game of like some big corporation. You've got to either love or hate what I'm saying here. And whether you agree with it or not, you feel the consequences of it. You are not even a quarter of the man that your great-grandfather was. You have less than a third of his testosterone. When you want to have children, you will struggle. Your sperm count is at an all-time low. Your testosterone is at an all-time low. So many random shit. There's studies which literally show that a man's hand grip for a handshake is the weakest they've ever found through the history of this has been like a longitudinal study. Researchers have literally been studying the strength of a man's handshake grip for a long time, and this is the weakest handshake grip that we have. Little fucking limp handshake, motherfucker. This is what we've been reduced to. Men aren't really needed anymore. Strong men aren't needed. We live in times of abundance and resource, and even in developing countries, you're somewhat relatively safe. Now, on the other hand, at times of chaos, at times of necessity, strong men rise.